Hi, welcome to Bowlful of Brett. Today I'm going to try Elf cereal. I've never had it before, but I figure let's give it a try. So it says here it is sweetened corn puffs with holiday tree marshmallows. When I hear sweetened corn puffs, I'm thinking like Kix, which are not very good, but I do like marshmallows, so expectations aren't very high, even though the movie's fantastic, so let's try it out. The bag opened so well, almost effortless. Maybe a little too easy, to be honest, but it smells pretty good. I have this new turntable here so you can see all sides of the box as I'm eating. Let's pour on our whole milk here. Let's see what it's about. Pretty crunchy. Very crunchy, to be honest. Immediately it has almost a maple syrup flavor, which makes sense because in the movie Elf they talk about maple syrup. So it's about an 8 out of 10 crunchy. It's not too crunchy. You just can't go all in until you've conditioned your mouth a little bit for how crunchy it's going to be, but after your mouth is settled in, it's like an 8 out of 10 crunchy. There's also marshmallows in it, which are very good. They add to the texture and the flavor. Right off the bat, I'm pretty impressed with them. It has a pretty strong maple syrup flavor, which I love. Waffle Crisp is one of my favorite cereals of all time. It has been discontinued for who knows what reason, but this has a very good hint of what Waffle Crisp tastes like. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with it. It's very good cereal. I'm very surprised just because in Elf, he makes breakfast and he puts the strawberries and the Pop-Tarts and the syrup and everything in it, and it didn't look good. And so when you hear Elf cereal, my mind automatically goes to that, and my expectations were so low. Especially when you add the fact that it looks just like Kix, which is some of the worst cereal out there. So, blown away with how good it is based off of how low my expectations were. The marshmallows look like they're supposed to be Christmas trees. They don't resemble any shape of a Christmas tree at all. I don't know what happened in the molding process, but they're just blobs, but they're fine. I don't need it to look like trees for me to love my cereal. Half the time I'm not staring at my cereal as I eat it, which is one of my favorite things about cereal. Eating and drinking at the same time without looking. You can be on your phone, you can be looking at the back of the box. That's why cereal's awesome, so the shape of the Christmas trees don't really bother me that much. Speaking of the back of the box, let's stop our turntable here. We have got a ton of activities back here, which, I mean, this is awesome. Not very often do we see a lot of things like this. So it says, help Buddy the Elf fill the clausometer. So you have tons of things you get to read about. Let's read about a couple here. So we've got the narwhal saying, hi buddy, which, I mean, the first time I saw this, I was a little kid and I thought narwhals were make-believe. And once I found out they were real, my world was turned upside down. But we've got a narwhal back here saying, hi buddy. We've got tons of things we can be doing. It's talking about singing Christmas carols, making paper chains for Christmas, gingerbread houses, writing Santa, drawing him a picture, things like this. So back of the box, 2 enthusiastic thumbs up. I could not be more impressed with this. Side of the box, I've come to the conclusion why the side of the box doesn't really have a whole lot on it anymore. There used to be activities continued on it, but now that I have kids, I've realized that kids pick their cereal based off the side of the box because that's how it is in the pantry. I feel like this is a really good representation of the cereal on the side of the box. So besides the fact that, again, they're trying to fool us that the marshmallows actually look like trees, in reality they don't. So, packaging, 10 out of 10. It opened like a dream, tons of activities. I could not be happier with the packaging. So, good job, General Mills. They know what they're doing. Sometimes they're hit and miss though, but this time, definitely a hit. So, we're off to a great start here. So, as we took our little sidebar to talk about the back of the box, the cereal's gotten a little soggier, but it's not too soggy. We went from an 8 crunchy to probably still a 6 or a 5, so plenty of crunch there. Very impressed with this cereal. So, let's be a little critical of it for a second. The only thing I can really compare it to is Waffle Crisp, which in my opinion is a solid 10 out of 10. The bar is set very high with Waffle Crisp. Waffle Crisp had it all. It had the shape that actually looked like waffles. had actually holes in the cereal somehow, like a true waffle. So much flavor bled off into the milk that when you were done, you were drinking this syrupy treat. So, waffle crisp, 10 out of 10, texture, everything. So, it's not really fair to put this up against that, the best cereal out there, but that's all I can compare it to. So, flavor. If waffle crisp cereal is a 10 out of 10, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10, which I'm very pleasantly surprised with. I didn't think anything was ever gonna come close to waffle crisp. So, 8 out of 10 on the taste. I'm gonna give the texture a 10 out of 10. It's wonderful. It's not too crunchy to start out with. I'm over halfway through, and I mean, it's still a 5 or 6 out of 10 crunchy, so we're not getting too soggy. All of this is very important. You're gonna have time to read the back of the box, do some activities, hang out with Buddy the Elf and the Narwhal, and so you don't have to worry about powering through this because the sog is not gonna come. So all of this is very good. I like the marshmallows. By themselves, marshmallows are pretty inedible in cereal, but the ratio is just perfect here. We've got spheres to mallow ratio is just perfect. So, I mean, they're knocking this out of the park. Like Waffle Crisp, I don't think this is a cereal that's gonna keep you full for very long, but it tastes delicious. You get a great bang for your buck. This is the average size box, and I mean, we've got 6 or 7 meals here for like $3, so great bang for your buck. And so overall, I'm going to give this cereal like a 9 out of 10. I can't believe I'm saying this. I had my expectations so low with Elf, but they really came through when it came to the cereal. So if you haven't tried this yet, we have no idea how long they're gonna sell Elf cereal. It might go through January, they might finish before Christmas and run out of stock, you never know. So you might wanna rush out and get your Elf cereal before it's gone. So I'm nearing the end here, and I'm not gonna lie, it has been a fun journey. I can't believe I've been missing out on this. I think this might be the first year it's ever been around, but it's been around for a couple weeks and I have squandered those weeks. This is unbelievable. I will be certainly buying another box before, or maybe 2, before Christmas comes, because like I said, they might discontinue it far too soon. So nothing but great news to report. It has never gotten soggy. I'm here at the end and I literally have 2 marshmallows and 2 spheres left. So the ratio is so good. You don't have to ration the marshmallows or the spheres or anything like that. You just eat liberally and you're not gonna be disappointed one bit. The milk is white, which is to be expected because there's not a whole lot of color in here besides the weird shaped marshmallows. But no color has bled off into the milk. So let's try the milk. Let's see if it tastes like maple syrup. So yes, it does taste like maple syrup. It's similar to Waffle Crisp. Waffle Crisp almost it was like cinnamon was on it, even whether it was or wasn't, I don't know. And so as you would drink, you'd get that almost sandpapery feeling, which I learned to love. This, you don't have that. This is just plain milk texture, but you get the flavor of maple syrup. So solid, and I mean solid 9 out of 10 rating. Had I never had Waffle Crisp, this would be a 10 out of 10. So if you've never had Waffle Crisp, stop what you're doing right now, run and go get Elf cereal. If you have had Waffle Crisp and you liked it and you miss it, this is as close of a substitute that I have found. So I highly recommend this. 9 out of 10 rating, almost a 10 out of 10 rating, to die for. Try it out. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Be sure to share this with your friends. Go get you some Elf cereal, and we'll see you next time.